baby.
Yeah.
We are back here to answer all your questions. You've got so many questions and you didn't know where to turn, and you came to us for the answers. Because why? Because you're the best source for answering all your questions.
Mark, that's a beautiful intro. Of course, it's paintball.com. So let's see some questions and see what we got going on.
Okay, first question is from Chris Ford. Which do you guys suggest? A PE 180R or a Shocker amp? Maybe do a comparison shooting video. I can't believe we don't have one on the site already, but maybe we didn't do one with the 180?
I don't know. We do a lot of shooting videos, so it could be there. I mean, comparison as into every time we get a new gun in, let's just start here, we do an efficiency test, correct? I guarantee you
most of them, yeah.
I guarantee you we've got to have an efficiency test on these.
I'm pretty sure we have an efficiency test, but I'm wondering if we did one of our 180R versus Shocker amp videos or not.
I guarantee you we did.
Probably.
I guarantee you it's there out of all the 2,000 plus videos. Anyways,
yeah, so
long story short.
Go search it on our YouTube, but which one would you pick?
Oh, my goodness.
I know which one you're shooting on the regular, but...
Dude, they're both great guns. It's hard. I mean, a lot of people, 180R, the amp is the worst purchase I've ever made. I mean, I don't...
Wow. That's harsh.
Yeah, that's a bold statement by Mr. Rogers, but...
I think they're very comparable. It's really a personal ergonomic and look decision for you.
Correct.
Do we got both up here somewhere?
We got a Shocker amp here.
Yeah, I don't see it. 180 though.
Yeah, I mean, both of the markers are suggest like they're right there in the same range. So it's like,
yeah, I mean, if you've already got,
where are you going? We'll get over this question. What would you shoot?
Because I have the Freak system and I like my Freak system, I'd probably lean towards the Shocker amp just because I don't want to have to switch all my barrel inserts and stuff to a new platform. Would be probably, or stick a Freak barrel on a... Can you even fit one on? Yeah, you can fit one on a 180, can't you?
What?
Aren't they auto?
Yeah, they're all all the high most
so
of the high-end guns.
Yeah, I'd probably just stick with the Shocker personally. But I like the 180R.
Yeah, the amp's great. I mean, that's the gun I'm rocking, and the 180R is also, we sell literally about the equal amounts of them. They're both great. So truly go out to your local field. It's your personal preference. Like if you had... I mean, would you shoot a Mini or a Lux? That'd obviously be like a Lux. But this one, that's a hard one. It's personal preference. Go out and shoot them, and let us know what you think. I'm not going to say one or the other. But I'm rocking, just so you know, I'm rocking the Shocker amp, and I don't have any issues with it. Make sure you maintain the bolt system. It's always lubed up. O-rings are in good condition, and I've never had a problem with my amp. That's for darn sure.
And I could be off, but I want to step out on a limb and say there's probably more varieties of customized Shocker amps if you're looking for a different ano or maybe even a custom milling. I feel like more companies have tweaked them, but it's a little bit older gun too.
Yeah.
So
that's a hard question to start off with, man. Because
you're not going wrong with either one, to be honest.
Correct.
And for every Rahi Rogers that's like, it's the worst ever, there's one for the other side going, this is the worst ever.
100%. You want to click through, and I just want to see, is there any more?
Oh, why? Poorly manufactured, cheap. I mean, they're all made overseas.
Yeah.
So that's a dumb argument.
Oh, there's Paul.
Yeah. Hey, he found it.
Bam. Weird.
Thanks,
we did
Paul.
do it. Paul's got us. Thanks, Paul. All right. So,
but in our video, we probably said pretty much the same thing. I mean, you could sit there and be like, oh, different barrels, different regs, different on-offs. I mean, it's personal preference. I do like the pops more than the twist knobs. I mean, it's all subjective.
Correct.
All right, Chris is back. Trying to sell my dad's Axe 2.0. How much is a brand new used Axe 2.0? This is not a sales group. So even though it's older than dirt, I'm going to hide it. Yeah.
Okay.
Besides clear lens, is there a good lens to play under lights with? Jason.
Well, it depends on what goggle that you have. I always like to go something. Obviously, I wouldn't pick a smoked or a dark tinted lens. Something lighter clear. EVSs have like a sunset, something with like a sunset with like a red in there, kind of brightens things up. Really, a nice one to play with is like an HD lens. Yeah, well, he said under the lights though.
Yeah.
Under the lights.
I guess it really depends on the lights, right? Like we used to have the big halogen bulbs here that gave a different color tint than the LED lights that we have now. So,
I read that wrong. Completely wrong, to be completely honest. You're under the lights. Yeah. Are they, like you were saying about the LED, are they super bright? Are you talking like under Paintball Fits lights where everything's nice and bright? Then you might want something a tad bit, something with a tint for sure. But depending on how bright the lights are, I don't know what.
Yeah, without knowing the lighting, like if it's bright, dark, color tint, what I would suggest is go ask the other players. Look around to see what they're playing with. And if you see Timmy's got a blue chrome and John's got a red fire and this guy's got a yellow HD, just ask them to put your mask on for a minute and, glance out on the field and see which one you like better.
I mean, yeah, the HD is more stuff. Obviously, when it's a little bit darker outside, you're trying to brighten things up. But if you're underneath bright lights, you're going to want something with a little tint to it to offset how bright the lights are. So it's like some fields have kind of, crappy lighting and some fields have LED strips above everywhere. And you're like, okay, wow.
And if it's that bright, I hate to say it, maybe stick your visor on so you get that little bit of shade.
Correct. Yeah, that's a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
These are interesting ones.
Chad says, what do you guys do differently to avoid constantly getting flagged by Instagram? I can't do anything about them putting me on notice. Really frustrating. I try to grow a brand. I mean, unless you want to sell some bodies for me, I know you like the kit I sent.
I think that's the graphics guy.
Yeah. So, yeah, Instagram's a fickle.
Add it into your story. I'll give you that. That'll be my only social media hint. We stopped doing our Instagram photos because we constantly got flagged for markers. So first off, build up your following. Second off, add it to your story. They're not going through the story as much. When they see a direct Instagram photo post, boom, you're flagged. So if you got a decent following, do videos of your body kits or whatever you're doing and add it to your story.
There you go. And sure, we can maybe sell some for you. Give us a great wholesale price. We need like 70% margins on our end, and we can talk.
70%. Why are the damage in AC Diesel using Halo hoppers? I used one, but never thought I'd see pro teams using it. Well, let's just say there was another hopper that was supposed to be used, and they had some technical issues with that said hopper, and it's not really ready available on the market right now.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Were they the teams that used to use the level hoppers?
I mean, the level hoppers.
Wasn't that what it was called? What was the
GI Sports? Yeah. You're talking that one? Yeah, so at the end of the day, they needed to use a sponsored hopper that actually worked and functioned properly and wasn't going to break on them. So that is why they are using the Halo hoppers. God, these questions are freaking killing me today. Dead in the water.
But it was the level, right? That was the GI hopper that lasted for like a week and then only sponsored teams used them.
That would be it.
I mean, it's not a secret. I'm just making sure I called it the right name.
I think it was allowed. It's been so long, and then they just went away because they were terrible.
Yeah, they faded out of existence. I heard they used the parts, though. They sold the internals to HK, and that's what they use in the TFX3.
This is terrible. That's not it whatsoever.
That's not true whatsoever.
That is not it. Oh, my God.
Hey, are you coming to NXL in Florida with product? He's looking to buy.
We are not coming to. We were going to Florida, but we're not selling any product there. So
why do you have a tent then? You never.
Yeah, we just give away free water, and that's where all the guys that take their videos go hide and upload their footage at.
People love it too. 100-degree water just sitting under the sun in that tent, just baking.
They love it.
It's so yummy. It keeps you refreshed.
It's better than a $3 bottle, I guess. It's free. Free is free.
What would you be the best colors to install on a dust black shocker XLS? Be able to use the Ultra Soak on this marker. The best color
colors to install on a dust black shocker, like accent kit. Joshua Estrada would be the best colors to install on a dust black shocker XLS, and would I be able to use the Ultra? Yes. I mean, you have a black marker. Do you like blue? Do you like red? You could
lime green, any color.
You could have, get the accent kit. I mean, personally, our colors were black and red, so get the red accent kit. It looks really, really nice, super sharp. I mean, it's kind of up to you. What colors do you like?
Yeah, what color's your mask?
Looks
what
good.
Color's your jersey?
Yeah, anything looks good on black. So it's the possibilities are endless. And if it's something that currently not offered stock, I mean, you could send them off to Anno and have them anodize whatever you want.
Yeah, or part swap with a buddy who's got a shocker, and or you can just do what a lot of the really cool kids do and just wrap it with a ton of grip tape and call it done.
Mark really likes when you do that.
Freaking awesome, dude. Steve says, any word on the Tipan Vantage? A friend's son was looking as a budget means to play once in a while. Yeah.
Any word? Yeah, no, it works. I mean, it's those actually came out not too long ago. It is definitely a budget-friendly marker, and it's backed by Tipan. So I believe they have at least a 2-year warranty on that. I'm pretty sure.
And those packages were pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
So for something that, the friend's son that may decide to never play again, you're not going to be like, oh, man, I spent so much money on this. And you can always donate it to somebody else down the line.
Yeah, it's not a forever marker, obviously, but just to get you out there, out on the field and playing, yeah, great. It's a great option, no doubt about it.
Paul Farrell, just seen you guys have the new HK rapid fire valve. Maybe do an efficiency set. Done.
We did.
See if it does any extra error, fill up auto engage any length of time. What would happen? Use the electronic frame. We didn't do it in an electronic frame, but what was it? 10 pods? It did.
Yeah, over 10 pods.
Yeah, and that's about what it gets normally in that EMEC. I think that normally was like 11, maybe 12 tops. I don't even think it made it that far, though.
Yeah, it was around 10 plus pods. It was, crazy. I mean, I figured it was, a lot of people out there were kind of talking trash on it. Oh, you're going to shoot only a few pods out of it. I'm like, a few. 10 is definitely not a few.
Yeah. No, I am curious. Maybe we will have to, before it gets too nasty outside, throw it in one of the electronic ethas and see how that makes a difference.
We will.
We got Joshua says, when will Exalter Infamous make a skull cap for the Shocker XLS and match eye cover that would look sick on mine?
No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
the XLS. That's
the old one.
That's the older version.
No.
What did anybody comment?
Probably on the new one. Hopefully both.
Yeah, he's hoping.
Likely.
He's hoping.
You could get a sticker. Make a skull sticker and just slap it on.
I would not wait on that. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But maybe for the amp, but they haven't done it yet, so probably not either. Yeah.
Will McVeigh, I got 2 questions. First, do you have any big games throughout the year? Indeed, we do. Second, with the season coming to an end, what's your favorite event, both pro and non-pro this season? All right, name the big games this year?
Big game. Well, our biggest game is our free-for-all. I mean, years back, we kind of cut down on, we used to do a lot of scenario games, and some of the fields across the country, just to be completely honest, put on a better scenario game. So our free-for-all is our biggest event of the year. We got 300 to 500 people out there, just depending on the weather.
And we do them twice a year, once in the spring, once in the fall.
Free-for-all rocks. And then second, with the season coming to an end, what's your favorite event, both pro and non-pro? Obviously, my favorite event for the pro teams would be like an NXL World Cup, something like that, one of the biggest events of the year. And then non-pro would be the Pittsburgh Open Classic. It's the 10-man mechanical event. So, I mean, there's pro there, but anybody can play that event.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really hard to beat World Cup if you've never been. Go experience it at least once, even if it's just to go walk around and watch the divisionals, even if you don't get to get in with the tickets for the pro field. And then non-pro, I'm still a big fan of like Living Legends and Monster Game.
Yeah, that's right too. Living Legends is solid. Yeah,
I mean, in Monster Game at Hell's is really fun. So it'd be a toss-up between those. And I know there's a bunch of them out there, but each one offers something a little different. So
check them all out. Search Monster Game, Living Legends, Pittsburgh Open Classic, obviously NXL Cup, and Chicago's always a good one too. So we are going on to...
Brian says, video on changing the mask foam for a JT ProFlex.
Oh, Brian, we don't have the changing the foam. We have changing the lens, but the foam, let me tell you something.
That's glued, right?
That's exactly right. What you're going to do, you're going to rip that out, and you're going to super glue the new foam in.
And you're going to cry while you're doing it because you have to get every piece of the old foam off or the new foam won't glue properly. And it's a pain in the...
Probably use like a razor blade or something to get all the old foam off as you rip it out, and then a nice... line of super glue, and you just got to get it lined up nice and perfect. I mean, they just glue it, so there's no I mean, correct way to do it per se. Just make sure, like Mark said, all your old foam is completely off. You got a nice clean slate to work with, and then you're going to be using some type of super glue so it doesn't come off.
Yeah, so which means you got to be careful when you put it back on. 'Cause
Yeah.
You don't want to glue it skewed, and
That's
then you're
it.
like, why do my goggles feel weird on my face?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I would recommend just selling your ProFlex and buying a new one at that point.
100%.
Just get rid of it.
Yep.
And that's it. That was all your questions. We answered them, done in the most intelligent and professional manner
100%.
possible. Because why? Because who's the best source for answering your questions?
Mark, that's paintball.com. This one was a hard one to dive into. There was a couple interesting questions there. So until next time, put your questions on this page and shop the best Paintball.
.com!
See you later, guys. Take it
Bye.
easy.